I know it's late, but I'm still going to make a video since I absolutely love my fans. I said I was going to do this all the way back in August and September now, so I'm so super sorry for the wait, but now I'm finally going to make it since I have nothing else better to do. And also, I kind of wanted to make a Royce video because I saw something Woohoo Storytime on TikTok. Two things, actually. I saw, but they were both Chijimon related, and I haven't watched the entirety of Chijimon yet, so I might do all of that after the Royce retrospectives, because when I'm done with the Royce retrospective, that's it. That's like it for Royce things. But if you're seeing this right now, leave a comment of side series I should do after the Royce retrospective series because I am running out of ideas. Okay, let's go. You might be wondering why baby Joyce is on this list because she's just a baby. I'm so sorry, but I mean, she doesn't even do anything. Her last appearance was probably in 2024 or even 2023. I have no idea, but she did not appear a single time this year. The only time she ever gets mentioned is whenever Boyce is being loud, and they have to say, "Wake up, the baby! Stop doing that! The baby's sleeping!" And it gets to a point wherein it's not worth it, Boyce. They literally go to get yogurt and don't take baby Joyce. That's just crazy. I think the only reason she was made is for plot armor for 2 episodes, and then just an excuse for Woohoo Storytime to say something when Boyce is being loud. Because what are they supposed? Because if Joyce didn't exist, what would they say? Shh, your dad's trying to sleep. See, that doesn't have the same ring. It doesn't really sound good. So, but seriously, she just doesn't do anything, and she's just there to add plot armor for a few episodes, so that's why she's on this list. Just like Joyce, Boyce's dad doesn't get used a lot anymore. And the reason they did that is and I don't know why they did that. It got so bad where, Woohoo Storytime had to make up an excuse to not put him in episodes. Well, I mean, I don't think it was an excuse. I think they wanted him to be in the episode. But there was a certain time in Boyce history where he got mentioned, where he was apparently on a business trip. For how long? Did he take a whole summer vacation? Because Boyce at that time had episodes came out every 2 weeks. And he was on this business trip for 3 episodes in a row. That's that's 21 days of vacation. That's almost an entire month. What is Boyce's dad even doing? But seriously. But also, do something about Boyce is another reason why he's on this list. Instead of actually comforting Boyce and trying to cheer him up, he just says, "Just get good, son," and then starts rambling. And starts rambling all these random words that literally sounds like a line in a book from the 70s. But he doesn't, but long story short, he's technically taking Maker's side and just telling Boyce just to get better because you suck at the game. If Boyce's dad from the Father Day episode, seen Boyce's dad from Do Something About It, Boyce, he would literally have no idea what he's doing with his life. he used to be such this sweet, kind character that understood Bedoys. And now he's just a horrible dad that tells his son, "Get good, son. If you need to make a change, do it or something." Blah blah blah, random words. Like that's like, you know that song by Bia Babadoobie? I think that's how you pronounce her name. That's like, "No one ever taught you how to be a real man." That song perfectly goes with with his dad. He used to be this, like I said, he used to be a kind, loving character, but now he just takes what Boyce is saying, and he takes what Boyce is saying, crumbles it up, and throws it back at him with an even meaner tone. That's a horrible analogy, but still, Boyce's dad is horrible now, and unlike what he ever was back in the day. But yeah, moving on. So, if you were a mom or a caregiver, what would you do to make your son's life the perfect life that he would like? Would you actually care for him but only give rewards when he's good or stuff like that? Or make an entire month where you literally starve your kid from candy? Well, if you pick the second option, then I have no idea what is wrong with you, but you're going to be related to Mrs. Bedoys. Mrs. Bedoys is literally one of the worst cartoon parents out there. But not worse than Horrid Henry, because Horrid Henry is probably the worst. Horrid Henry's mom and dad are probably the worst parents in cartoon history ever. But Mrs. Bedoys is still evil nonetheless. Because in the episode You're Lucky Too, Bedoys, Mrs. Bedoys literally makes an entire month where he can eat sugar. No, zip, zilch, sugar. If you're a parent watching this, you might understand why you don't want his but you don't want your kid being a sugarholic. But it gets to a point where you at least have to let him have sugar sometimes, because I googled it, and it literally says that having no sugar could cause headaches and mood swings and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, I understand why. Like I said, you don't want your kid eating sugar all of the time. But seriously, a month without sugar? Seriously? And then Boyce isn't allowed to have a phone. Yeah, I understand that. But he's not. But I'm pretty sure. But without a phone, what does he do for? But what does he do as technology-wise? Oh yeah, he has a computer. Never mind. Scratch that out of the video. But and also he isn't allowed to be on the computer for more than an hour. Yeah, I also understand this. But an hour a day, I feel like that's a little too less. And seriously. But yeah, I understand most of those things in this episode, but having no sugar for an entire month is literally the lowest you can do. I don't understand what Mrs. Bedoys is trying to achieve here. I'm pretty sure in the entire episode, Boyce's friends are trash-talking his mom, which is completely justifiable because this woman is literally crazy. Not I can't. I also said that this crazy lady was going to be on this list because she wouldn't give Bedoys $1 for cleaning the table. And yeah, I understand that too. But like, Boyce isn't allowed to do anything. I can't wait for You're Lucky 2 You're Lucky 2 to come out. And it's just in the scenarios are Boyce can't go to the bathroom unless he really needs to. Boyce can't eat anything unless it's breakfast, dinner, or breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And also, Boyce isn't allowed to sleep unless it's nighttime. So if he's tired from work or soccer practice, he actually did do soccer in one episode, but I don't know what happened to that plot line. Then he's not allowed to take a nap. And then 3 is basically just Boyce not being able to do basic human needs. 3 is going to be Boyce can't drink water because water has too much sugar. Boyce can't go to school because gas is made of dinosaur bones and they want to save the dinosaurs. Boyce can't breathe air because air has too much toxic chemicals. You can't breathe air. Some of those were as bad as not letting someone have sugar. Also, remember that case? Remember that one time where Walmart saved their life because this guy pre-ordered a Switch and it came with Coke and chips? Yeah, and it saved his life. That's just another reason why this rule is absolutely stupid. But I'm tired of ranting on this one thing. Let's move on. So, you see this kid? This kid looks completely normal. But there's actually a really scary and deep fact about this one character. This is the Bedoys Predator. Yeah, I am not even joking. He appeared 2 times, and both times he tried talking to kids. But the second time wasn't really predator behavior. So the first time he tried kidnapping Bedoys. And then the second time he tried making Boyce do embarrassing things and posting them on the internet. This guy is actually crazy and mentally messed up in the head. But he only appeared in 2 episodes. One I didn't even know he appeared in until I saw it on the wiki. But yeah, Roden is a horrible person and also a horrible character since he doesn't appear a lot. Moving on. This probably doesn't come as a surprise, but still, Preston and Lucas absolutely suck. So first, they appeared in the worst Bedoys episode of all time, and that was their first and only actual episode appearance. They also appeared in the Boyce Firefighter episode, but no one really cares about those types of episodes, so yeah. And him being in the worst episode is the reason why it's the worst episode. So he comes up to Boyce when Boyce goes up to the classroom. He walks out of the door and talks to Boyce saying how he missed reading buddies. Yeah, newsflash, we know that. And instead of reading him a story like Boyce simply asked him to, he just made up a story about Boyce missing out on class like a jerk. Why? That just makes why? They could have made it in a much non-mean-spirited way, but no, they made this character that could have been probably a great character. Actually, no, these characters suck either way. But they could have made these characters much less mean-spirited, but no, they just had to mess it up and make these characters mean-spirited as ever. Screw these characters, and screw everybody on this list. I'm out.